Hey, Spectrum, or about Slants is me, Spikers1000 here. Come back to the video. In this video, I am going to be doing Minecraft mobs if they were mech armors, and I haven't done a Colonel Striker voice for a while, so I hope you'll enjoy. Although I think things sounds more like Finish Shop. But anyways, let's roll intro, let's get into this video, and let's go.
Like and subscribe if you enjoy this video.
Okay. It's me, Colonel Striker, and let's just say it's been a while since I've been, recording some audio of my mechs. Let's just say some of them have been taking a little bit longer than I would actually like to admit. Let's just say that some can be a pain and some can be a breeze. Some I really enjoy and love, and some, like the second one today, is one I really dislike, to be honest. Now, one of the ones I really love is the first one I'm going over. I wasn't able to come up with a very good name for them, but they all do. Well, the ones I really love are really well designed. The first one of today was inspired from someone that was a big fan of golems. He also had an abundance of iron on him, so he wanted me to make a golem armor for him, but use all the iron for it. Yeah, I'm talking about the electronics too. I told him I have to use copper, gold, and some other stuff for it. He agreed, but wherever I could, replace the metal with iron. And I agreed. Also, he left over armor, and I actually paid the guy to take it off his hands, because you'd be surprised what other armors I use armor for. But this one is known as the Iron Golem Mech. Golem Mech or Golem Mech. It's really just around a 9 or 10 foot tall mech. I can't quite remember. This one was around 5 years ago. I've been making mechs for. I'm how old? I'm 29, almost 30, and I got out. Well, not really got out, but I was kicked from the army around 20. Making armor since I was 22, and I made this one around year 3. But I was making armor since when I joined the army around 18. I managed to get up the rank of Colonel very fast because I was not very loyal, but a very hard-working person. My physical strength is due to some abnormal abilities I was born with, minus my intimate knowledge of how mechs work. But overall, this one just gives you enhanced durability and strength, but also the 2 arms, and with hands that are literally made of iron clubs, and the paint job on it, I had to use some type of metallic paint to make sure it would actually resist the attacks. So yeah, that's all for this one. Now, this one is the one I was a really good idea, but the execution and the design overall wasn't really good. Now, I love the idea of the 2 weaponry hands, but the rest of the armor just didn't come out well enough. This one's known as the Withering Mech, and this guy is actually a villain I used to help. Yeah, sorry. Putting it lightly, he isn't the best guy. He actually has a lot less powerful sibling who goes by the name of the Withered Skeletron. This guy goes by the Withering Mech. This mech has the ability to disrupt other mechs by the attacks, but it also can leave behind radiation that can do some pretty nasty and lasting damage to humans. But trust me when I say, that I am lucky that this one is a very rare mech to find. Because I can't really destroy it because this guy actually made it a program that the mech would actually, when it gets destroyed, it would actually shatter apart into multiple pieces and then scatter itself. You would then need to reprogram it. Well, find a program. Well, find like little fragments of a program, anyways, and connect them in the correct way in order for the mech to fully reassemble. This guy has all the fragments of the mech at all times, so he's constantly reforming the mech. But the mech always drops its power core, and most people know what the power core looks like. It's known as a nether star core. The nether star cores are an extremely powerful type of core. They're very similar to accumulation cores and like other cores like that. They are just overwhelmingly powerful. They are known as the Withering power core on the Withering Star Core because that's how it gives the mech the ability to cause things to wither. Now another version of this mech has what is referred to as a Withering Skull power core or Withering Skull core. It's really just a skull that has been found with high levels of power behind it. And my research and some help from Karma and Yin Yang, it's actually been deduced that this right here comes from a different universe, funny enough, from either of them. It comes from a acquaintance of mine I met like last year around New Year's Eve. And the guy was strong, and he was an alchemist. So, and it comes around there. It's magic. Now, getting away from the one I really hate, another one that came out really well was for someone that was actually deaf. Sorry. Not deaf, blind. Well, not blind, blind in the traditional sense, but also able to see, but not in the traditional sense. What I mean is, have you ever looked at echolocation? This guy, well, had heard about this other type of person who was a young black guy before he died, who actually clicked his tongue like to use echolocation, and he was actually able to see the world using it. Some dolphins and use this to use as well, and also bats use it. But he can use it himself, but he decided to use it more of a rule. You see, his own power is his abnormally loud voice. He was originally known as the hero Shrieker, but he lost his eyesight, and most of his physical defenses were pretty much eradicated in that same fight. So he came looking for me, and became the new hero known as Withering Mech. Well, Mecha Warden. It's a hard one, but he still goes by Screech as a code name or a cover name at most parts. But most people are able to tell if it's him or not because the armor is very similar to his previous suit. Now, he had this one weird request though. He wanted the speakers to be on his shoulders and not his own mouth. He says because that way will be a lot sensitive for his ears, and he doesn't want to have to use some type of noise filtration system for his head. I can see why, but he also wanted horns on. I could have easily made the devices a lot smaller and actually implanted them in the actual horns, but the noise dampeners in them actually work really well. So, yeah. But he also has arm spikes and claws. But the second weird thing he wanted me to do is he wanted me to give it some type of power amplifier. You see, he had me design like 3 little like soul things on the top of it. They glow blue when ever this guy defeats an enemy. Defeats 3 enemies and he can use a sonic screech. And this attack can go through pretty much anything. Now for the final mech. This mech is not as strong as the Mech Warden, but he's known as the Indian Mecha Drago. This one is actually a personal one I made for myself. Well, remade it after a customer was sent to jail, and I managed to retrieve the mech before the what were those guys called? The CHA was able to take him to the custody. I also made the mech more powerful, and how do you say, gave it a new ability. Also get rid of the just ginormous wings on this bloody thing. And this mech is a mech I do use every now and again, and it's actually a how do you say, alternate hero personality I use for this war. I actually made an alliance with the CHA tracking me down. They don't expect a thing, and this is all over his skill line for the record. Even if they manage to find it, so many mech armor makers that have made similar mechs to this one. They know who made the mech, but they think I'm someone else. Yeah, it's quite funny. I can't quite remember the full story at the moment, but trust me when I say that. Look at these guys, idiots. And speaking of which, there was a lot of power behind this mech. There's one ability I really love that I can just spray an area with a lasting effect for a few minutes. I call Dragon's Breath area. This attack, it can damage anyone that steps in it that I want it to damage. So my allies are perfectly fine. Matter of fact, let's gas, and I built in the mech filtration systems are automatically immune to it unless I personally deactivate this. It's how do you say, what was that term? I can't forget what the term is. A failsafe. Yeah, just in case anyone wants to turn on me. And let's just say the wings are now more of a light construct than anything else. The power core is your standard power core, but also an amplifying power core and a energy construct power core. It's more of a hybrid power core than anything else, and trust me, it's a very powerful one. Oh, new order. Make some armor for some. Yeah, this is an interesting one. Okay, this is interesting. I have to make some armors for some students that go to a school that's studying different types of magic. Well, they have superpowers, and they want some mech armors. They can either amplify them, or give them more defenses, so they can still use their magic. But also, a interesting one. A student wants me to make a type of mech that can actually allow them to see glyphs and different types of attacks. This is going to be a fun one. Well, I hope you enjoyed today's video, because I'm afraid that's all the time I got for today. But until next time, subscribe today, join the Sparkers Army, or do my Goodbye, and peace out, everyone.